Hi, it's Sally. I'm back again to share a technique with you that I call yummy brayered paper. This is some decorative paper that I make, and I know you've heard me a million times refer to it when I'm going through my little junk journal flip-throughs. This paper looks a little like this, a lot like this. In fact, this is it. It has beads and all sorts of sequin enclosures and paint. It's acrylic paint at the base. And this happens to be a full sheet that not a full sheet, but a nice 8.5 by 11 sheet that I've made. But it's made on grocery bags. That's the back side of it. And I was just going to show you a couple of the kind of ideas, the colors that I've done. This is one that I liked that was red, white, and gray with black and red webbing spray. Wish I could get that red again. They don't seem to be interested in making webbing spray anymore. And then I have just some little tiny pieces of a few other colors that I've done. I think you can see this. Here's a dark blue one. This popcorn, I have a popcorn box full of just scraps where I've cut things out using these colors. These are kind of Mardi Gras colors right there. It's the same as this one. Not the very same. Nothing ever comes out the very same. Here's some that's got some gold and orange in it. Some big flakes. This piece of it. And this is a darker piece that I did. Doesn't have as many beads, but a lot of the paint. This is kind of a goldish piece that had some red in it. And you can see inside, oh, I even did white on white. I made a wedding book covered in this. White on white, it had pearls and little tiny miniature pearls and so forth. And you can just see the various ones that I've got in here in the box that look different. There's a purple one. And then here is these little pieces right here are pieces that I made with just the paint. I wadded the paper the same and you'll see how I do that when we do it in a minute. But and it's the paper bag, all right. But this is just the paint. I didn't put any beads or webbing spray on it. Here is a book cover that I did. I made a red book cover with white pearls and just pretty cool. I haven't finished this book. I'm making a little, the insides are going to be a flip out canvas, flip out canvases. I haven't finished that yet. But the cover was yummy brayered paper, so I thought I'd show it to you. Okay, so let's get this show on the road, and I'll show you how to do it. Okay. Oh, I wanted to show you these. Well, I'll show you those after you see what we do. It'll make more sense then. Okay. So let's get started. Okay, let's get started now. I have here just a grocery bag. This one's from Berkshire Brothers. Just a regular grocery bag. And I'm going to open it up and turn it where the seam is. There's a seam where they put the thing together. You can see it better probably here. Anyway, I'm going to cut along that seam. So here we go. And then I'm going to cut the bottom out because we don't need all that paper on the bottom. So I'm just going to cut that out. It doesn't have to be perfectly cut or wonderfully cut because you're going to trim it and use pieces of this paper anyway. So I'm I'm just trying to get the bottom off. Alrighty. And back over to the seam. So I'll cut the bottom off. And now I have the seam cut and the bottom off so I can open this bag up. And it is very long, and what I usually do is cut it in about thirds. So like this was the front. Here's the front of the sack, and I'm going to cut it right here for one piece. Now this can be a piece of paper, and this is a piece, and I'm going to cut the other one right here. Other side, rather. Okay. So I cut the sides off and the middle off, and so I have two sides. So now I have 3 pieces of paper. 1, 2, 3. So let's take one of them. Oh, this one has the seam on it, so I'm gonna cut that. This one has the seam on it, so I'm gonna cut that seam off. Yeah. Cut that old seam off because I don't want a double sack right there. So there we have it. I'm gonna trade pieces. I'm gonna use the front piece, I think. Okay, so I'm gonna turn it so you can see most all sides of it. All right. So the first thing we do is wet this, saturate it, and wad it up and shrink it out and wring it out. Now usually I would take this over to the sink and just run it under the faucet. But for the video, I'm going to put it in this pan of water and get it good and soaked. And then I'm going to wad it up. And I just wad it up and put some more water on it and wring it out and put some more water on it and wring it out. And then I'm going to open it up. I'm just trying to really get it saturated, and I'm going to stick it back in here. And see, I would be just running water all this whole time at the sink and running water over it. And then I'm going to wad it up again and wring it out. Paper sacks are very tough. They can handle a lot. So I'm wringing it out. Okay. And I'll do that 2 or 3 more times. A couple more. Just to, you can see it's starting to get some nice creasing in it and some wet spots. There's no particular time to quit. I could quit now. I'll probably do it one more time. And I can see that it's getting pretty wet. Not much white left. I don't have to get it all the way. No, not at all. So just 2 or 3 times, and then wad it up, and then I'm going to lay it out to dry. I'm just going to lay it over here on my table to dry. So I'll undo it and put this water out of the way now. Lay it out on the table. Just let it dry. Just gonna let it dry. I'm not gonna let it dry. What am I thinking? No, we're not gonna let it dry. We want it wet. We're gonna put color on it. Okay? Next step, color. Alrighty, next, the paint. So here I'm gonna use just these colors of, you know, just deco and folk art paint, these little cheap bottles. And I chose a dark blue. You need dark, medium, and light colors. I chose a medium blue, a light blue, a medium green, and a dark yellow. So those are the colors I'm going to have in here. So what you do is you just start with one of the colors. This one happens to not be open, so I've got to open it. Shoot. Didn't know it wasn't open. La la la, talk amongst yourselves. Come on. Here we go. Let's see if I can get it open this way. Okay, so I'm going to use this dark blue. Whoa, I got it all over me. That's like me. That's like me, all right. The color's all over me. I don't know what I stuck my thumb in and my fingers, but I got them blue, all right. That's me. Okay. So, I'm going to put some of this. I'm just going to put some about dime to quarter size pieces of paint, just dabbed around in different spots. And then I'm going to use another color. I'm going to dab that around as well. And let's do this green. I think it's not open either. What am I thinking? Let's put some of this lovely green in here. That's going to pop things up a little bit. And then see what yellow does for us. Actually, it's pretty much gold. Well, let's shake it up a little better. Ooh, it's thick. Thick, thick, thick. We'll see how that works out. I don't know how that's going to work out. All right, and then I'm going to take my trusty brayer, rubber brayer on a speedball brayer. And I'm just going to try to go over each spot only once, because you know what happens when you put them all together. They get muddy. So I'm just going to try doing a little of this and a little of that. And get me some color going in here. And run off the edges, kind of. Look to see if I see any pieces of the sack showing through, and I'll cover those up. I can see some right in there. On the edges anymore? No. Okay. All right, now what I usually do is get some paper, which I don't seem to have right around here. Let me run and get some. Okay, I've got a piece here, and so I just roll this. I know you probably can't see all of this, but I just roll the extra paint off on this paper, and it just makes helps. Then I would go to the sink and wash off my brayer right away. So I have this little extra sheet of paper now. All right, now we're ready for the fun stuff. Before it dries, we do all this before it dries. I'm regrouping over here so I can get my pretties out. My pretties. My little pretties. I'm going to use some out of this drawer. Little beads and sequins and so forth. And then I'm going to use some out of this drawer, which has some little bottles of things. Same sorts of things. Okay, so here we go. First of all, I'm going to start with some blue, if I can find some blue. Here's some blue and green. That'll go pretty with it, this blue and green. So let's try that. Now, the trick here, one of the things I suggest is instead of glittering all over the whole thing, you do little central spots, like a spot in the corner, a spot right here, a spot right here. Little spots. This is what makes the texture. But you don't want it everywhere. You want concentrated areas. Okay, so that was the blue. Now let's see what else I happen to have in this. Well, I have some blue and gold. That would work out pretty well. But I can't get it out. Can't seem to get it out. I was trying to get this out because I thought copper might be pretty with it. So let me see. Yeah, I like that. Same, I'm going to the same sort of concentrated areas. And this stuff is sticking to the paint. Then I'm going to find some little, this is some little gold, I don't know if you can see those. They're gold balls, little tiny gold beads. And that just brightens things up a little bit, puts a little more texture in. Alrighty, now let's try, what next, Let's see what I have down. Oh yeah, let's use some of these light blue. These are light blue flakes called Wedgwood flakes. See those? Those are like little flakes. See that? Now these kind of fly around in different spots. These fly around. I like those. Puts a little different texture in it. What else do we have? There's some little green. Now let's use this. This is evergreen. And it's little, it looks like little tiny sequins kind of. I'm not paying any attention to what color is under these, the paint colors. I'm just putting some stuff in. What else do we have? I have some yellow. Let's try that. These are yellow flakes. those are pretty. Those are working fairly well. And, ooh, look at this bright blue. This is beautiful blue, little tiny, tiny things. I'll put that over some yellow so we can, nah, I can't even see that, really. Can't even see that. It's too little. I'm gonna do that. What else? Here's some fairly large blue flakes. Yeah, those show fairly well. I have to try to remember to do the edges too, because when you cut a piece, you want it to have beads and glitz everywhere. You know what? I might use these. Might use these clear ones. They're called tiny glass marbles and bead accents. I'm opening a package. Can you hear me? I'm going to use these little glass beads. They're kind of clear, see-through. They'll just add texture and light. The light glistens through it. This paint's beginning to dry, so I'm going to have to quit. But I wouldn't mind having some more white or silver. Let's try this silver. You just have to play around till you get what you like. And I'm not sure I have the whole thing, but that's good enough for now. Unless I see one more thing. I guess I could have picked these out ahead of time. But that's not me. Not me at all. Okay, well, I think I'm going to stop for right now. And then we're going to let this dry. This has to dry. And after it dries, then I'll come back. No, I forgot. There's one more thing to do. So hang on. Okay, now then I have some webbing spray. It's Krylon. This particular is Krylon webbing spray. And I have white, you can tell by the cap, and black and gold. Now, these days I haven't found any of this webbing spray. Sometimes you can find black, and I get it at Hobby Lobby or, you know, Michael's or somewhere like that. But I haven't been able to find it, so we'll have to see if they're still making it. I guess you could Google it and find out. The way you use this spray, I love it, is you start on the side and just spray a little bit across. You cannot really plan where you're going to put it, so just watch this. I'm going to start over here. And just put a little bit. Whoops, see, I tried to plan that and I screwed it up. So let's not plan anymore. I'm going to put white on next. You have to really shake these up good. I shook them for a while. Uh-oh, this one doesn't look like it's going to work. Nope. It's not. Yep. Well, there we go. Alright, that's white. And then I'm going to do gold. I didn't mean to do that diamond pattern, actually, but I'll say I did. Maybe I'll start on this side now. And that's just giving some extra depth to it. Okay? Alright, so that's how it looks now. And I'm gonna, now then, I really am gonna let this dry. I was gonna see if I could lift it up and let you see it more closely. Can you see that? I don't know, I can't see what I'm showing you. Actually, let me see if I can look into the camera and see what I'm showing you. It's not easy to do, girls and boys. But here it is. Okay, so we'll just let that dry, and then I'll come back and show you how it looks all dry. That's it. See you in a bit. All right, I've brought it outside now to dry, and so I thought I would just see if I could, out here in this daylight, if you could see more of the texture of what's in the paper. Can you see those flakes right there? And the beads. It just looks like a yummy mountainscape or something, a map. Look at those beads right there, right there. And there's some gold beads. And it's just some awesomeness. So I just thought you might like to see it a little more up close. Okay, and it's just about dry. So I'll be back when it's dry. All right, I'm back, and I'm going to make another one, I decided. Let's do this one in pastels. I'm going to use a little bit of purple, a violet, it looks like, a little light violet. I'm just going to do this quickly. I'm going to put some blue, pastel blue. It's called Whispering Turquoise. I don't know that I'm not going to use any dark, and we'll see how this works out for us. Some of it will look lighter, I guess, the yellow does. Okay, and then the green. Alrighty, just thought I'd make a couple more just for the fun of it. I do need more of this paper anyway to use, and I'm gonna put a few little white drops in here. Just to, I don't know why, you got me. Just thought I would. Okay, let's brayer that up. I left my brayer over here. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. Just brayer this beautiful stuff around. Looks like an Easter egg. That's kind of what I wanted it to look like, because I'm doing a little golden book junk journal, and it's the Velveteen Rabbit, and so it's kind of got some pastel look to it, and so I'm going to use pastel on it. Got quite a few brown spots in here. What happened? I don't know. The brown spots are the paper underneath, of course. But I'm just going to get those out a little bit. I don't want any of those in this one, really, because it's supposed to be light and pastel looking. And that's, get a little extra paint over here. Some paint around the edges. I'm going to put some beads and so forth around the edges. That looks pretty good. I kind of like that without a real dark color in it. Let me put this in the sink. I don't want it to ruin my brayer. Thank you. Okay, I wasn't prepared for that, was I? That's me, not prepared. Just play. Don't worry about getting ready. Okay, let's put some beads in it. I'm going to put some of these pastel green. Ooh, those are pretty. They have kind of a, I don't know, you can see through them a little bit. Remember how I said I'm going to do little centers of interest with the beads? When you try to do that, you get little centers, all right, but it goes everywhere, as I'm sure you know. And you can tell I'm kind of throwing this down to like get it down in the paint. I'm trying to get it into the paint. Let's try something else. Let's try a little pink glass bead. I can't get it out very easily. Need a different kind of a container, I guess, for these beads. Okay. This one's not showing a whole lot anyway. That's okay. Let's get something, let's get these green flakes and see what they do. I like flakes. The flakes catch the light in different ways. I just keep forgetting to do the edges, you know what I mean? Okay, those were pretty. Let's do some yellow flakes. Yellow. Yellow flakes. Jello, jello. Alrighty. Oh, here's some purple. That's pretty. I'm gonna pour that in my palm to do it. It's kind of glittery looking. Yeah, that puts a little dark in it. Puts a little bit of dark in it. Pretty. Pretty, my pretty. All right. Pink flakes. Pink flakes. It's starting to glitz up. I can see the light. It's starting to be glitzy. What have I got? Bright blue. Okay, let's do these little blue beads. See about sprinkling them. Oh yeah, that works. That works. That's pretty cool. I need to put the others in shakers. I like that. I know you can't really see this as far away as the camera is. I had to keep the camera far away. This is a green in order to, I had to keep the camera far away so that you could see what I'm doing. Okay, here's a darker purple. These beads, the only problem is they're all the same size. I don't like that. Let me try this. Try a little bit of this. Yeah, that's kind of nice. All right, then I'm going to try this bright blue bead. The paint seems to be drying quicker. I don't know why. I don't know why I think it's drying. It's just that the beads are not sticking. They're kind of rolling around. You know, that brings me to this. I was going to tell you guys, when you're messing with this paper and you take it out to dry and then it's dry and you bring it in, and especially we get it out, well, you put it away to store it and then bring it in, and beads fall off everywhere. And you think, oh, I'm losing all my beads. Well, you're not. Believe me, you're not. Let's try this little color right here. That's that same bead, though. I don't think I'm gonna. Yeah, no. I'm not gonna use that. I'm gonna put some more flake in. Flake, 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 flake. Little yellow flake, flake, flake. Okay. Here's a nice purple bead. I'm gonna try it. It's not very big either. All of these are small, so, you know, I don't have a lot of choices with pastels. I think I'm going to leave it now. It looks pretty good, and I'm going to spray it. I'm going to spray it with maybe, I don't know about silver. It looks gray, and I don't know if I want gray. I tell you what, I'll spray it off camera. I'm going to spray it with white, and I think that's it. And then I'll show it to you when it's all dry. All right. Okay, I think I'm going to do a couple more off screen, and then I'll show them all to you at the end. Alrighty, see you later. I'll be right back. Alrighty, I'm all done. I made this particular piece right here with the lavender and pink and lime, yellow and white. And I did this piece with red and turquoise. And you can see some of the beads in here. Isn't it awesome? I didn't show you the beads in this one. They're kind of more of an all-over pattern, which I'm not as crazy about as I am these little clusters. And then I made this one. This is a pretty one with orange and yellow and lime and pink and some deep green. And it has some nice color in it. You can see how pieces of this cut up would be really pretty in various applications. I just love this paper. It's so much fun to make. Okay, and remember, I'm back inside now. Remember when I rolled the extra paint off on a piece of paper? Well, here are some examples of what the papers that you get. Even when it's almost out of ink is pretty. This is one I did long ago. Here's one from today. This one is from today. I love this turquoise and red color. And then this one was from today. So you get some extra benefit just from the roll-off, the extra paint that's on there. So that was a lot of fun too. And so now I have some pieces of paper that have a lot of paint. Okay, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen and children of all ages. That's it for Yummy Brayered paper. I hope you've enjoyed this video and watching how you make this paper, and I sincerely hope you'll try it because it's a lot of fun and very gratifying. Every piece turns out awesome. There's almost no way, I mean, it's just so forgiving. There's no way you can mess it up. And this paper is hardy, strong, and I just recommend it for everything. I've used it for photo mats. I've used it for junk journaling for sure, for pages, for pockets, for tags. I've done all sorts. I've, you know, done book covers with it. I've there's just the sky's the limit with this stuff, and it's gorgeous. And you can cut it up and use it for just almost anything. So I just highly recommend it, and I hope you have fun with it. Let me know if you do some, and I'd love to see pictures of yours. So, I was going to tell you too that the little inclusions and things, I think you can get little beads, holeless, without holes, holeless beads, and little micro sequins, and little, not sequins, but just little bits of all this little Chotsky stuff. I think you can get those at your hobby stores, you know, like Hobby Lobby and Michael's, and I don't know, probably online, although you want to be sure that it's really tiny. And just, you know, I just wish you good luck for it, and thank you so much for hanging in there with this long old video, and hope you have a wonderful day and week, and I'll see you again real soon. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.